my friends, I'm excited that you've joined me today, and I'm going to share with you each Wednesday for 6 weeks. I'll be posting one of these short videos called The Nudge. It is a thought based on one of our daily Bible readings or one of our weekly messages from our series here called Cultivate. The thought behind this video is that you can watch it and so can a friend. You can send the link to a friend or a family member or coworker, or 2 or 3 of them. And so you can all watch it when you each have time during the week. And then the thought is that you get together and talk through a couple questions related to the video. So it could be on your lunch break, or maybe taking a walk after work, or having some coffee together, or even just a phone call. Maybe it's your commute on the way home, and you're just talking on the phone or getting together with a couple buddies just after work. So I encourage you, find a couple friends, a family member, maybe your spouse, a coworker or a couple coworkers. They could be a cubicle over or a classroom over, and talk through these questions and then take a moment to pray for each other. Each week, these are going to drop on a Wednesday morning, so you always have that upcoming week to look at the questions and meet up together. So I'm going to be sharing from today's Cultivate Bible reading. So we have a Bible reading plan going along with this series, and there's 5 readings a week. If you don't have the Bible plan and you want it, you can go to hopecitych.com and just go to our current series, find the Cultivate tab, and you're going to see everything related to what we're learning right now, including that Bible plan you can download, okay? And today we're going to be reading from Matthew chapter 3 and 4, which shows us John the Baptist interacting with Jesus, eventually baptizing him. And today I'm going to be reading from Matthew 3, verse 13 through Matthew chapter 4, verse 3. It reads this way: Then Jesus came from Galilee to the Jordan to be baptized by John. But John tried to deter him, saying, I need to be baptized by you, and do you come to me? Jesus replied, Let it be so now. It is proper for us to do this to fulfill all righteousness. Then John consented. As soon as Jesus was baptized, he went up out of the water. At that moment, heaven was opened, and he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and alighting on him. And a voice from heaven said, This is my Son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread. What I'd like to point out today is that Jesus was at this high point, being baptized and hearing the voice of his heavenly Father audibly proclaiming, This is my Son, my beloved, whom I'm well pleased with. And just a few moments later, he's being needled by the words of the devil, saying, Well, if you're the Son of God. Man, isn't this so much like life, where the enemy tries to shout down what God has said about us and how God sees us? One moment, this is my Son. The next moment, well, if you're the Son of God. See, in the book, The Truest Thing About You, Identity, Desire, and Why It All Matters, David Lomas writes these words: What others say about us can shape our self-identity in profound ways. Identities are not found, they are given. For many of us, identities are given by people who don't have the right to identify us. True identities can be given only by God. Think about it. What did the devil immediately attack? That the Father had just declared, This is my Son, my beloved. With him I'm well pleased. It is the same with us. God has goodness that he declares about us. It is our part to trust that, to lean into it, and to fight the voices that say otherwise. One more thing about this passage. This moment is before Jesus spends 3 years on mission, teaching and healing and speaking life into dark places. He's about to enter years of doing amazing things, but before there's any doing, there must be being. The primary thing is that he is the beloved, the Son of God, and from this position of being, from this identity, his doing flows. We can get stuck in all the doing and in so forget that the first and primary thing is what God says, about who we are. I pray that today you are able to stand firm in the truth that you are a beloved child of God, forgiven and made new through Jesus, that you are accepted in Him, that you are a new creation in Him, that you are adopted and a child of the King. And from that, you now get to live out what God has said about you. Have a blessed day, my friends.